Howdy friends! I am switching directions in 2025, but it's probably not the direction you might be expecting. In August of 2024, I quit my full-time job to pursue content creation full-time. For context, I had two jobs at the time. One of them was seasonal and one was full-time. I quit the full-time one to be able to do the seasonal work through the end of the year. And in the off-season, I was planning on hitting content creation, so this, really hard and heavy, while branching out into short-form content as well. So in my head, I was going to be making a considerable amount of income from content creation by the end of 2024. Well, there are forces larger than me that had other plans. I had an emergency fund saved, as well as a bunch of money that was going to carry me through the off season. Within a month of quitting my full-time job, I had various emergencies pop up that drained half of my savings. But I was still going to be fine, right? I still had my seasonal job. Right? The pressure dialed up to 10 for content creation because sure, I had this seasonal job, but it's still seasonal, which meant it was going to come to an end. I was pushing out 2 videos per week, as I still have been for the most part. A couple brands reached out to me. They shared my stuff. I was doing affiliate marketing, and I was literally doing everything that you're supposed to do to be making money on YouTube, except the making money part. I received a few gifts from subscribers. Thank you very much, by the way. And I received about $1.05 on affiliate marketing. I ended up stressing hard about being able to make more money. I could feel in my bones, though, that it was coming and it was gonna happen, so I just tried my hardest to trust the process. I waited and worked and waited and worked and stressed and lost sleep, and I tried and tried and tried. I stressed so hard that it bled into my personal life, and I was severely depressed for a minute. My house was a mess. I wasn't being social. The only self-care I could bring myself to do was walk my dog, take a shower, and eat, which for me are the bare minimum things to do. I felt so frozen that I couldn't even make content, and that's why I was absent for a few weeks in the fall. And it wasn't for lack of trying. I would try to film and I would end up crying, and I would have to take a minute, pull myself together, edit it out, but then in the next scene in the edit, you could see that my eyes were watering, and it was just a complete mess. Over the last month or so, I've gotten to a really good place mentally and emotionally. I've been able to find some balance and create content on a pretty consistent basis. I planned out my entire content strategy for 2025, both for short form content and long form content. My long form content was going to be a mixture of stuff I wanted to do, stuff that brands would like, stuff that would be good in the algorithm, stuff that would bring in new people, and all these things. My short form content was going to be a mixture of trailers advertising my YouTube and things that brands would like that I could tag them in, and then they could reshare, and eventually they would try to pay me, I could see the dollar signs stack the closer that I got to monetization. And the more I saw the dollar signs, the harder I chased after them. I had everything figured out to maximize this project and be able to make money from it, and make good money at that. It was a great plan. But there's one glaring issue that exists. Realistically, it would take some time, and time isn't something that I've had. Bills happen regardless of my business intentions. I'm not about to ask you for money, I promise. Instead, I'm telling you that I picked up another job, and in doing that, I realized that I don't really want to be doing what I initially planned. At first, that might sound kind of sad, but truthfully, it's probably the best thing that could possibly happen for the integrity of my channel. I wanted to start this YouTube channel because I love long form content, and I love cooking. I love creating content. I love veganism, and I love helping people. I love teaching people. The dream has always been for this to be my living in the long run and for long term. And that might still happen one day. But when I got to thinking about my strategy for the next year, I was so damn determined to make that a reality and make the money happen as soon as possible that I realized I was forgetting about the people that made this whole thing possible in the first place. I'm talking about you. Sorry for the jump scare. You see, I personally don't really use social media that much. I love YouTube, but short form content, I don't really consume it. The thing that I don't like about it is that I hate that I constantly feel like I'm being sold to. And I'm not an overconsumption girly. Even when I'm making fantastic money, I just really don't like to spend a whole lot. On a monthly basis, I spend more on software subscriptions for this channel than I do eating out. I just don't relate to a lot of the stuff that I see online, especially regarding overconsumption and things like that. So I just don't partake in it. That being said, when I had my strategy set up for 2025, I realized that I was planning on creating content that didn't even resonate with me. I was planning on creating content that either made me money or chased the algorithm or brought in new people. The stuff I was planning on creating wasn't even really going to help that many people, and that was the whole reason I decided to start this channel. I was inevitably planning my demise and my burnout because very little of my content would even resonate with me. Given that half of my videos are minor disasters, something tells me that you guys probably mostly didn't subscribe for the food. I finally realized in thinking about my content strategy for 2025 that if my content didn't resonate with me, it definitely wasn't going to resonate with you. One of my initial visions for this channel was to create content that I wanted to see more of, and I wanted to be a creator that I wanted to see more of. I love creators that enjoy themselves and act silly and are funny and laugh at themselves and aren't afraid to mess up. I love creators that love to learn new things and experiment with different things and that love sharing that with the audience, as in like, this is my life experience, I want you to see what I'm seeing. I love creators that don't edit themselves to perfection. And I love creators that are funny and smart and don't try too hard and are relatable because of it. And I'd like to think that it's obvious from my content that that's what I admire in creators. But I was heading in a direction that was the complete opposite of that. So all of that, plus being terrified that one more emergency would wipe out my savings completely and then I'd be screwed, I decided to get another job. And the longer I sat with it, the more I realized that that was such a good idea to do, because it's really not fair to me and it's not fair to you to place that kind of pressure to make this thing make money so fast. I can't emphasize how much I recognize that it's really not fair to you for me to put you in that position. Like I said, that's something that I've always hated about social media the way that it is now, and why would I do that? I fully believe that all of this hasn't worked yet because it's not supposed to work that way. So the longer I thought about it, the more scared I got that I was going to resent this thing that I love so much. Especially when I was looking at it from the lens of, I'm putting this pressure on this thing to make it pay my bills in less than 6 months, which is wild. Not unheard of, but wild, especially if you don't subscribe to hustle culture like me. Doing this thing the way that I was, and it put so much pressure on me, and as depressed as I got when I was trying to do all of it this way, I didn't have time to be social. I didn't have time for hobbies. I didn't have time for my spiritual practice, and none of that was going to change anytime soon with the path that I was on. The less time that I had to be myself, the less I felt like myself. I don't even look like myself right now. My face is puffy, my eyes look weird, like my head looks wide and round. I don't know what to say. So now, what you can expect from me in 2025. I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. I adore content creation and I adore this channel and I adore the community that we've built here. And when I say howdy friends in the beginning of the video, like, I genuinely mean it. I don't know 95% of your first names, but I know who you are when you comment, and I know I can remember all of the comments that you've left in the past. I remember who recommends what. I remember your tips and tricks, and I genuinely think about all of you when I'm not doing this stuff. And I don't plan on jeopardizing that by being just another creator that wants you to buy stuff so that I can make a living. In addition to that, I also miss my hobbies outside of this. I have a hard time cooking when it's not being filmed. I miss seeing friends and playing video games without feeling the pressure to be productive and feeling the guilt when I'm not. Full transparency, I also miss having a 6-month emergency fund and contributing to my retirement. So in 2025, I want to pursue more balance in my life. I got a well-paying job 2 days ago, actually. I had a 10-minute interview with actually one of the owners and I was hired on the spot. I hadn't even been considering getting a job for 24 hours before I applied. The next day they set up an interview. I fully believe that the ease and quickness of that whole situation is the universe's way of telling me that that is the right thing to do. So in 2025, I'm investing in more things that light me up. And one of those things is content creation, and I want to be able to do it without the pressure of it having to get numbers and it having to reach people and it having to make me money or be good marketing. I want to do it without the pressure of paying the bills or advertising myself. I want to do chores and go to the gym without multitasking and optimizing my time by listening to productivity and self-improvement podcasts. Like, sometimes I just want to listen to music, you know? I want to start dating again, and I couldn't justify taking the time to do it when I was actively pursuing this thing to pay my bills. So that being said, I'm probably only going to post about once a week in 2025. Occasionally it might be more, but that's the only expectation I'm setting for myself. I really want to focus on quality over quantity. I've heard from YouTube strategists that the more you post, the faster you grow, and it has worked beautifully for me. I have literally 999 subscribers at the time of filming this. That's absolutely delightful. I'm thrilled that that is the case. It worked way faster than I expected, but at a cost. But like I said, I want to focus on quality over quantity. And I mentioned in my Trader Joe's haul video that I want to do more challenges, like monthly challenges to both challenge myself and introduce fun new content to the channel. And so much of that is for me and for pushing myself outside of my comfort zone just to experiment for the hell of it. I want to learn new things and teach you about them. I have pages of video ideas in my phone that I really wanted to do, and the idea came to me and I never did them because I didn't think they would perform well in the algorithm. I want to do more silly tier list videos like my fall snack ranking. I want to do more videos that other creators have done, like my corn on the cob, but instead of a corn bone, it's a hot dog video from Jenna Marbles that I recreated, and making Brittany Broski's mom's chicken and dumplings. And I have plans to do some things from Maddie Matheson. I want to read books about veganism and plant-based diet and then teach you about them and spread the message. As far as short form content goes, I'm doing whatever the I want. I have no idea what it's going to look like. My content won't really change much as far as what it is, but I will be posting less often, and I do plan on doing higher quality videos. Then when I was looking through my analytics and I was reflecting on the videos that did or didn't perform well, there was no way of predicting it for the most part. I will say that the videos that I pushed out just for the sake of having 2 videos per week did not do as well, did not do nearly as well as the ones that I genuinely wanted to do and that I thought about. Of course, that experience and knowing that now was very helpful, but I could have also just invested that time into making the other videos better, and they could have done bigger numbers, but who knows. But the reality is that my videos are better when I'm better. My ideas are better when they aren't forced. My content is better when I'm having fun and enjoying my time and doing things that I really want to do and that really light me up. Some of the videos that I expected to do well flopped, and some of the ones that I put up just for funsies actually performed really well. I'm so uninterested in chasing the algorithm anymore, and I genuinely just want to have fun and help people. And to be honest, I love creating so much that I want to create a second channel that has nothing to do with veganism or cooking. I've honestly wanted to for months. I never did because all of the creators and the people that do this full time tell you to invest all of your time into one channel, or if you spread yourself too thin, it's not going to grow. But then where's the room for the fun? Obviously, I love this and I had so much fun doing it, but it got to the point where it was more taxing and I didn't have time for any of the other fun things that I wanted to do. So I've tossed up doing a personal channel that is more challenges or home renovations and DIYs and things like that. You probably noticed in some of my videos that my house isn't completely done. Like, my kitchen is millennial gray while my dining room is dark green, and I haven't painted half the rooms in my house, and the door frames are all messed up, and I want to actually be able to do these things, and I want to have time for these things. A couple of years ago, when I was making really, really good money bartending, I utilized envelope stuffing as a way of budgeting, and I genuinely fell in love with that, and I haven't done it since I've been getting direct deposit for my money, and I've missed it so bad. So I'm definitely going to start doing that again with this new job, and I even considered making a channel for that, just for fun. But to wrap this up, expect videos about once per week from me next year. I really want to focus on having a consistent day that I post, and right now that's looking like Friday at 4 p.m. Central Time. I'll probably focus more on series and fun little experiments and challenges, and I do still want to grow my audience, and I still want to teach people how to go vegan and things like that, so I'll still do helpful content like that, just probably not as much. But the moral of this whole video story is to let you know that I'm recommitting to being the content creator that I originally wanted to be. I'm recommitting to be the content creator that I wanted to see more of on the internet. The underlying message within that is I'm recommitting to being the person that I wanted to see more of in the world. So thank you all so much for being here. At the time of filming this, like I said, I have 999 subscribers, and if you don't know this, you need 1,000 to be able to be monetized. So I'm literally one person away from reaching that threshold, but then there's still watch time hours, but I'm really close on that too. I launched my channel on May 1st, 2024, and this has been one of the most intense years of my life, but it has been so much fun. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I'm so grateful to launch myself into the next year with this current mindset because it feels really good. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. It is sunny here, so I'm about to eat some lunch and go take a lizard bath, and you should take a lizard bath as well. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good one. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!